too, like I guess making sure your vision for the place.
Yeah. But you know, it is such a versatile plant. It's got all the answers, if you ask me. Yeah, we're just experimenting with bits and pieces that we can at this point, and yeah, like commercially, the business is going towards the seed oil.
Yep.
And
medicinal seed oil as well?
Food hemp seed oil, because we're industrial hemp, so food
you
and
need
fibre.
to grow a different variety for that.
Yeah, it's a different license as well.
Different license.
With the Office of Drug Control, which is a federal kind of organisation, and we're with the DPI, so we're state.
Yeah.
Only food and fibre, is that
Food
what
and
it's under?
fibre, yeah.
And you know, we could look into medicinal hemp and this and that, but one step at a time.
Yeah, we really want to get the numbers like from this crop, so we can say we planted this much and we received this many kilos of seed with this much oil. So it's more of a model that people can work off.
How much do you have growing here? Someone might have said that already, but
Yeah.
Probably a half an acre. This, you know, there's 12 rows or 13 or something, 14 rows. They're, on average maybe 45 metres long. I'd love to see the rows at the peach farm. They're trees, just 150 metres long rows, just heaps of them. Perennial trees, you know, it's a grain crop, it's an annual crop. So, you know, half an acre, you know, it's all, at this point, it's still research and development. We're hoping for 1,000 kilo of seed at this point. Make 300 litres of oil and then be able to scale that up. So if on your half an acre you make 300 litres of oil, it's like $15,000 or something. Not very much, but if that's on half an acre, 10 acres, like, you know, or 5 or 10 acres, you're starting to look at $150,000 or whatever. But it's all pretty speculative at this point. We've got our eye on the paddock over the road there.
Yeah, because like hemp's quite exciting to people, so it is one of those situations, I guess, where people see it being grown in the area, and yeah, they are kind of keen to get involved, which would work really well in terms of having like a centralised processing facility and different farms in the region growing seeds or fibre or herbs.
Can you elaborate a little bit, like time frames from like seed, from planting the seed to harvest, sort of, and how many crops could you get in a year if it's like an annual crop, seasonality, that sort of stuff?
Yep. So depending on the variety, these plants here are a classic variety. They're very big. They're very long-term variety. We did some trials this year with some seeds from America that are short-term. They do 3 months. They only get this big.
Yep.
Less potential for disease to get in the short lifespan. If you're using a harvester, you can drive your harvester through. Yep. Like Mike was saying, we're research and development in the seeds and the varieties.
Yep. But say for this crop, for instance, how old is this crop?
This crop's old.
It's like from the beginning of September it was planted, so it's coming on to like 7 months or so, which is it is an annual crop, so
Economically, you want to get 2 crops a year.
Yeah.
That's to make it really viable.
Make it viable.
And so that's why been mucking around with the different cultivars to get it right. This variety's obviously grown. It's more leaning towards a fibre crop, but it does grow good seed. So you could breed it up a little bit to get it with the other varieties to grow more seed quicker and have two crops in a season.
So you're not looking at doing any plant breeding. You're just trying to find the right cultivars.
Breeding too.
A little bit of breeding.
A little bit of
You can't help it with hemp.
it's air pollinated.
yeah.
You might end up with eventually you'll end up with the perfect strain if you keep over time.
What about like challenges around weather, pest, disease kind of stuff? Is there What are your biggest challenges?
Well, you can see kind of what the weather's been doing.
Is that
Like-
just so much rain?
Yeah,
at the
and
wrong time.
Wind as well. And
that.
also the density as well of some of the plants.
Sodden.
They kind of came up a lot. And yeah, we have had a few like issues, I guess, with different funguses.
Yeah. Old growers, old farmers just say plant more, you know. But as well, I'm getting the idea that shorter lifespan for the plants is also important because then
Yeah.
they're less susceptible if they're younger. You know.
That's what we thought with this crop. Like we wanted to plant so early because we were so a bit traumatized by the year before, which was our first crop here with the bushfires and the drought. Like we barely had like a row, and everything was so small. And actually, our THC results of our seed and our material were higher than what it should be because the plants had had such a big time and they produced THC in reaction to stress. Yeah. So we really wanted to get it in early and catch all the spring rain.
Morning dew.
Yeah, but in the end, we had enough rain during
had
the
enough.
year. Yeah.
Trying to dry them out.
So next year we'll go later again. So
It'll be
yeah,
perfect
you're
next
always learning.
I think it's really important to have that structure to it, but it sounds like too, like I guess making sure your vision for the place is aligned and having some of those prompts, you know, for people that are looking, you know, what's to go with infrastructure, equipment, water, all those things, having those prompts as a resource as well to go